What's up, everybody out there? How y'all doing? Aaron here to give you another deck profile. So, I know you have seen a lot of decks, even if it's the same exact deck. I'm just willing to show you guys, as I always say, even if it's the same, but different kind of methods of how I made the deck. So yeah, again, same thing, just a little different. So what I'm talking about is, okay, King of Skull Servants. You've seen a lot of King of Skull Servant decks I have made. Even if it's the same cards, it's a little different because I have different methods of how to make the deck. So yeah, King of Skull Servants, but okay. You have seen a King of Skull Servants without using an extra deck, right? Well, this time you are going to be using an extra deck with some fusions. So this King of Skull Servant deck will be using an extra deck now. The other ones I have made, I was not using an extra deck. This time, you are going to be using an extra deck. Because yeah, it's a bit different now. So then, further ado, let's go with the deck now. So of course, your main boss monster is King of Skull Servants. Now a friend has told me this deck is not really as fun because all you're depending on is King of Skull Servants. Well, that's the whole point of the deck. If you like it, for me, I like it. Even though if this is your number one, your only thing you're going to be depending on, King of Skull Servants. Me, I just like it. But anyways, King of Skull Servant. For how many Skull Servants you have in your graveyard, times 1,000 the attack of King of Skull Servants will be. If it is destroyed by battle, sent to the graveyard, you can remove from play a King of Skull Servant from your graveyard, special summon it right back onto the field. If it is destroyed by a card effect, well then it does not go back. But there are so many ways I can bring King of Skull Servants right back. So your boss monster is King of Skull Servant. Then you got the original Skull Servants. Of course, Skull Servant. Now here's the thing about the other monsters, and they are counted as King of Skull Servants. So first, let's go with the new one that came out. So a little support was the White Lords. Even if it's White Lord, they are still considered as Skull Servants in the graveyard. They are counted as Skull Servants. White Lord, what I like about him, and he's the new one that came out for the Skull Servants, is for how many Skull Servants, which yeah, everything is going to be called Skull Servant when it is in the graveyard, and King of the Skull Servants that are in the graveyard, you can discard White Lord from your hand to the graveyard. For how many that you had in your graveyard, that's how many cards you're going to be able to send away from your top of the deck to the graveyard. So hopefully this is going to help you get some King of Skull, to get some Skull Servants from your deck into the graveyard. So if you had like 7, well then White Lord send away, you're going to send away 7 cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard. And hopefully out of those 7 cards, you're going to be able to get some Skull Servants in there. What I like about White Lord also is that you can move from play to special summon a King of Skull Servant. It is so easy to do. And it's only once per turn. So it's not like you can keep on doing this over and over if you have more copies than just one. And it is treated as Skull Servant. Then you got the White Baking. White Baking is like your savior if it's in your hand. Anytime a level 3 or lower zombie monster would be attacked, destroyed by battle or by card effect, you could send away White Baking instead to preventing it from being destroyed by battle or by card effect. Even if you take damage, does not matter. Send away White Baking from your hand to the graveyard, and then you're gonna search for two Skull Servants. Anything that's called Skull Servant. Send 2. You can search for 2. Out of those 2, 1 goes into the graveyard and 1 stays in your hand. Now this is when you're going to want to get your King of Skull Servant, because it's called Skull Servant. And then search for your White Prince, which I'll show you in a bit. White Prince. And yeah, everything's treated as called the Skull Servant when it's in the graveyard. Now I was using 3, but now it's just 2 now. That's the White Princess. So yeah, it's a little different now. It's not 3, it's 2. Because I wanted to make this deck into, okay, yeah. If you're going to be milling a lot, you're going to want to run like a 60 card deck. How I'm doing this, it's only 42 cards. Think of it that way. I just said a 60 card deck would be like using a Light Sworn, Tier Elements, anything like that, the Bestials. Yeah, you're going to be milling a lot. So that's a mill. This is a mill deck. You're going to mill as in sending. But how I made this, you're only going to be using 42 cards. Now, okay, you might thinking you're risking it and you're gonna deck out. No, not really. So White Princess is when it is summoned out, you're gonna be able to send away a White Prince from your deck to the graveyard. Also, it is considered, yeah, this card's name becomes Skull Servant while it's in the graveyard. All of them. So that's why you have a lot of Skull Servants in the graveyard. White Princess also. You can send this card from your hand or retrieve it from the field to the graveyard. Then it's just gonna be, the effect is all monsters currently on the field lose attack and attack and defense equal to their owner's hand by level or by ranked as well. So we're talking about the XC monsters as well. Only for the end of the turn. Times 300, only for that turn. Now what sucks about it is you just can't do link monsters. So it's not 3 now, it's 2 White Princess. Now we're talking about White Baking. What White Baking does is when it is, anytime it is sent from your hand, field, or from your deck to the graveyard, then White Prince is gonna let you get into the graveyard a Lady in White, and a Skull Servant. That's already 3 in there for your King of Skull Servant. You have 3, and then just Lady in White. Face up level 3 or lower zombie monsters on the field, except by Lady in White, cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, they are unaffected by spell, trap cards, and effects. And then this card becomes also a Skull Servant. Everything is Skull Servant. White Prince. And then just one White Mare. Maybe the lowest, and you know, I wouldn't, okay, I guess you could say it's the worst one out of all, but I would still run it in because of course you need Skull Servant. When this card is in your graveyard, this card is treated as Skull Servant. So yeah, all of them have that effect. You can discard this card from your hand to activate the following effects, which is 1. Select one of your remove from play Skull Servant or White Mare, return it to your graveyard. Or 2. Select one of your remove from play Lady in White or Skull Servants and special summon. Now, what might be interesting, or King of Skull Servant, my mistake, King of the Skull Servant. So, yeah. I was using 2, now it's just 1 now. And then I'm trying to switch this up a bit to, now you're going to be using 42 cards. Now you're still going to be using a lot amount of monster cards, but that's because, yeah, when you're using zombies, you're going to want to have a lot of zombies in your deck. Okay. Now here's the difference. Okay. I wasn't doing this, now I am. You go in 1 Necro Banshee and 1 Doom King Balladrosh. You are going to put now in Necro Banshee and Doom King Balladrosh. So Banshee, when it's in the graveyard, you can move from play to search for your zombie world. Doom King Balladrosh. Anytime a field spell is on the field, no matter which one it is, whether if your opponent has one or you have one, which is going to be your zombie world, you can special summon instantly on either player's turn. Just special summon. Doom King Balladrosh is your huge big monster. Now, it has 2 effects. You can apply one of these effects, and yes, I will tell you what the effects are. Rather, 1, you negate an effect, or 2, banish one monster on the field or in your graveyard. Quick effect, and it's a quick effect. So yeah, Doom King Baladrich, 1, and 1 Necro Banshee. And then for your all zombies, you're going to be running is Mizuki. Remove from play, special summon a zombie. Now, you have seen the deck profiles. What I like about Mizuki, bring back any zombie, right? You can bring back King of the Skull Servants. White Lord is exactly the same exact effect as Mizuki. Remove from play, special summon a King of the Skull Servants. Remove from play, special summon a zombie. Maybe this is just a zombie you want to bring right back. That's like 6 Mizukis. So don't always think, oh damn it, I lost my Mizukis. You still got these right here. So that's for monsters. Okay, there are no traps in here. It's only magic cards. So, not 3, 2 zombie worlds. It's only going to be 2. Your field spell. All monsters in the field become zombies. Neither player can tribute except zombie monsters. 2 zombie worlds, not 3. The only reason is because I'm thinking your third one would be the Necro Banshee. Now, of course, what's good to run in it is Forbidden Droplets. Quick play spell card. You can play Forbidden Droplet on your opponent's monsters who have effects. So most likely, let's just say a simple thing would be, let's just say Judgment Dragon. And you have Forbidden Droplet face down. They're gonna play Judgment Dragon, block the entire field. No, Forbidden Droplet, it negates an effect. And for how many monsters you want to negate out of your opponents, you negate them, gets cut in half, and you send away for how many. So let's say Judgment Dragon was 1, you're gonna send away 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. That's to help you get your White Prince, Mizukis, your Skull Servants, because that's a card you never want to really have in your hand. And get those cards, send some cards from your hand to the graveyard. Or let's just say you're Banshee, and you're gonna need that in your graveyard for your zombie world. Forbidden Droplet is a so powerful magic card, and it cannot be, and they cannot apply to this trap, to this magic card. So no Ash Blossom, no Solemn Judgment, they cannot apply to this magic card. It's just played. They cannot do anything to stop Forbidden Droplet. They can't stop Forbidden Droplet, and it negates an effect. So they can still declare attacks, but it'll just stop the effect. So like I said, Judgment Dragon, blow up the entire field. Forbidden Droplet, that was 1 monster, so send away 1 monster. If your opponent has a bit more monsters, Forbidden Droplet. Negate that many monsters, and for how many you negate it, send that many more cards. Forbidden Droplet. A lot of draw power, so you go with your Lord Darkness. I like using Twin Twisters because it's for like it's a double MST. Discard 1 card from your hand. So yeah, again, you want to use cards that you're going to be discarding cards from your hand. Then select up to 2 Spiral Trap cards on the field, destroy them. It's a huge, big magic card, and it's a quick play. 1 for 1. Foolish Burial. Card Destruction, and the tech card I put in here is what I mean by fusion. Super Polymerization. Discard 1 card, again, discarding. Fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from either field as fusion material. Neither player cannot activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. Again, just like Forbidden Droplet, your opponent cannot respond to super polymerization. So it's the same thing. They cannot respond to forbidden droplet. They cannot respond to super polymerization. Now, okay. I'm going to explain what super polymerization is now. So super polymerization, you have first, okay, let me go with the extra deck first, then I'll go super polymerization. Okay, so your super polymerization cards: Necro Dragon, because you need 2 zombie monsters; Venom Fusion Dragon; Predapat Triumphium, Tomb, I think that's what you say, and then the Mudred of Swamp. This is why super polymerization works, because they're not named by a card, and it's by, like what? Okay, like Necro. Dragon Necro requires 2 zombie monsters. So yeah, it's simple. Super polymerization into, you need 2 zombie monsters. So one of your own, and one of your opponent's monsters. Now, zombie monsters, right? Yeah, super polymerization. And let's say your white princess, like, yeah, you would play your white princess. Now, any monster your opponent has, like, let's just say they're playing the Dangers. That's a beast, right? But when you have Zombie World, everything becomes zombies. It's a Danger Bigfoot, but not a beast. It's a zombie. And you discard 1 card from your hand. So then, discard 1 card from your hand. So let's just say Mizuki you send away. Super polymerize. I'm going to get the Bigfoot. I'm going to send away my white princess. 2 zombies, right? Necro Dragon. And Necro Dragon requires only you can have 1 on the field. That's super polymerization. Remember, your opponent cannot respond to this. And then discard 1 card from your hand. Maybe there was Mizuki you wanted to send away, the Doom Baladrach, your White Prince, and you would still get more out of the White Prince. Sometimes it doesn't even matter if you super polymerize and you send away your Doom King Baladrach. Because yeah, you're going to send it away, play your, or whichever it's going to be, just bring it right back because of Zombie World. So sometimes it does not even matter to me if I got rid of my Doom King Baladrach, because I'm just going to bring it right back. So yeah, 2 zombie monsters. This is all zombie. You need 2 dark monsters on the field. Okay, so hopefully you can pull off, that off. Except that must be on the field. Except tokens. You need 3 on the field. 2 monsters with different types, with the same attribute but different types. Attribute. So yeah, that's for your super polymerization. But most likely you're gonna depend mostly on the King of Skull Servant. But if you're able to pull this off, which yeah, I do have super polymerization in there, you are gonna be able to do it. If anything else, well then again, an extra deck now. So we're talking about your level 1, so Relinquish Anima. No longer you can use Link Karibo since it got banned. So Relinquish Anima, Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, Avenged Savior, a Vampire Sucker, NIP Masquerena, and then sometimes you can pull this off, but okay, I just have it in because, you know, I like this, but it's Underworld Goddess of the Closed Closet World. So, the Goddess Underworld. You are highly going to be not making your Underworld, but it's just nice to have it. Because, yeah, you know, this is only 11 monsters. You know, I could put in more stuff. Maybe you want to put in the Exotonite. You want to put in, I would put in Appaloosa, but they got banned. Put in whatever you want. And yeah, here's my extra deck now. So now you're playing an extra deck. If it was like you could play as many as you want, then I would go putting in 2. But since you're only like depending on 1, well then I would put in 1. And then remember, yeah, Worm, Dragon, Plant. But if Zombie World's on the field, I can bring these out from Mizuki. So, now it is, yeah, playing a zombie. So yeah, you're going to play an extra deck now. So yeah, 42 cards, 42. It is still going to be milling a lot. But the whole point is to, yeah, King of Skull Servants, and then if you can, bring these big monsters out as well. So when it comes to King of Skull Servant, and if you have your Dragon Necro, remember, it's a zombie now. So even if it's in your graveyard, you can remove Mizuki, special summon out your dragon. Because it's not a dragon anymore. It's a zombie. So then, it's a bit different. And then, yeah, White Princess now, I put it at 2. And then, yeah, when you add in, and then now Super Polymerization, it's a different story. So yes, I'm still sticking in with the Twin Twisters because I want to have cards that's going to help me discard from my hand, and they're pretty powerful as well. Forbidden Drop is powerful. You have your support now. And then, of course, the whole point is King of Skull Servant. I don't care what some of my friends say. They just say, no, don't run this deck because all you're depending on is one monster, and your opponent knows this one monster. Yeah, but how are they going to respond to this one monster? And it's so easy. It's just a level 1 monster. You just have this out. Of course, your opponent's going to know it's King of Skull Servant. But what is your opponent playing? They have to do more type of things to kill King of Skull Servant. Even if it was destroyed by a card effect, fine. I have my Mizukis. I have my White Lords. And it's just easy to bring this one level 1 monster out. Even if, yeah, I go super poly, and I do it with the King of Skull Servant, I have my ways of bringing it right back, so it's just easy. So then, hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. So yeah, Artist of Strongstyle. I have my other channel. I haven't been doing so much on that channel because, you know, I've been doing my stuff on this channel. So yeah, in due time, I'll go back to that channel and go do some, some video games. I might do the King of Skull Servant deck as well, because if I already did this deck and it's on this channel, well then maybe I'll just do it on the other channel. So if you haven't checked it on here, it might be on the other channel as well, or you just have it right here, and there's really no need to do it on my other channel. So yeah, not so much I have done lately, but I'll go back to it in due time. As for right now, it's right here, King of Skull Servant, another King of Skull Servant, but this time you are going to be using an extra deck, and you saw a little different because you are using Super Polymerization in this. So, hope you enjoyed the deck. Like, comment, subscribe. Here we go then. A video will be coming next of how the deck is played. I'll be speaking to y'all later. Peace.